Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office. Not great news if you're not a fan of wet weather, because Saturday is more or less a washout for many parts of the country. Drier conditions on Sunday, but still with a lot of cloud in the sky and some dribs and drabs of rainfall. So neither day looking particularly sunny, that's for sure. A lot of cloud in the sky as we start off Saturday. Outbreaks of rain continuing for southwest England into Wales. And then the persistent rain has set in by this stage. Northern England, southern Scotland into the central belt. It's edging its way northwards, the far north and northwest of Scotland. Some drier, perhaps brighter weather first thing, but you can see the extent of the cloud cover across the country. And although the more prolonged wet weather that we see through Friday night has moved by this stage into northern and central parts of Britain, well, further south we've still got some rain and some lively showers for Cornwall in particular, southwest Wales for example, and areas of rain continuing to lurk across central and southern parts of England. Meanwhile, this main area of rainfall is eventually moving northwards, but it's being driven in by a strong easterly wind, and as that easterly wind comes in over the North Sea, it's going to pile up the rain across parts of eastern Scotland and eastern England. So yellow warnings in force for eastern parts of England as well as northern and eastern parts of Scotland, especially over the higher ground. Significant amounts of rain building up. Eastern parts of England particularly vulnerable, of course, at the moment, saturated ground. And by this stage, things are drying up across the southwest, but still yellow warning here because of the sheer amount of rainfall through Thursday, Friday and into Saturday. Southwest England, the focus first of all, that transfers its way northwards. And you can see the rainfall tending to drift north. Certainly a drier evening to come across much of England and Wales eventually. But for northern and eastern Scotland, that's where the wet weather really starts to establish itself through Saturday night. A grey night, a gloomy night in many places, mist, low cloud, drizzle over the hills as well. But of course that means it's going to be generally frost-free. In fact, it's going to be a relatively mild night, certainly compared to recent nights. That's the last of the rainfall. Pushing into northern Scotland, it's slowing down at this stage, so it lingers through much of Sunday, but a brief weather window and before the next system pushes in for the end of Sunday. So yeah, a gloomy start to Sunday. A lot of mist, hill fog, low cloud, that sort of thing. And it stays pretty grey through the day. It's also damp across parts of Scotland, wet for the far north of Scotland, but that rain eventually eases away into the afternoon. And you can see on Sunday itself, this is 3 p.m. in the afternoon, many places by this stage, at least, drier for a time. Even some cloud breaks in the southeast of England, perhaps the northwest of Scotland. Doesn't last long though. As we end the day on Sunday, the next system wants to push in to bring more wet and windy weather to the southwest. At least temperatures are mild, I guess, 11 or 12 Celsius. Not feeling very pleasant though, under the grey, gloomy skies and the damp conditions. It's looking drier than Saturday, but that's not saying much. If you are concerned about that rainfall, if you are concerned about those weather warnings, you can find more details, of course, via the Met Office social media channels and the Met Office website. And you can follow the track of the rainfall through the Met Office app. Bye-bye.